Tom, well done. First Tour de France, top 10 finish. How was it for you?
It was amazing. You know, it was definitely a spectacular race. You know, it was definitely a lot more than I expected. And I mean, when I say more, just a lot more components in it than I had expected. You know, a lot more intensity, a lot more stress, a lot more different obstacles than we normally have in the other Grand Tours or the other races. So really a magical race, and just really thankful and fortunate to have the great race that I did, and just looking forward to helping Tyler today and hopefully cap off a magical Tour de France for us.
Did you imagine top 10? Was that on your list of targets before the race, or what were your expectations?
I mean, it's a dream, obviously. You know, you always got to have goals and stuff like that. And you know, after I had the crash on the first, or I was behind the crash on the first day, I lost 2 minutes. I kind of took the pressure off. I mean, I didn't really have any pressure, but I mean, at least I was kind of like, well, we'll worry about the team time trial and the other elements. And then when I got to the mountains and that first day I climbed with the leaders, I was like, holy crap, you know. And then I think from that point on, I believe top 10 was a goal, was an option for me, but it really got difficult some days, and you know, there were some days that I thought, oh, okay, it's not going to happen, you know. But then things started to come together, and I felt good, and I stayed strong the whole time, and really happy.
You've waited a long time to get to ride the Tour, and now you've done this in your first performance in the race. Where does your career go next?
I think you know, I'd like to try to shoot a little higher next year. You know, I guess we can talk about next year in the winter time or whatever. But yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, there was a lot of things that I learned this race that I had no idea about, and you know, I think that'll help to being able to achieve a little bit more. And then, you know, if you take the 2 minutes that I lost at the first day, you know, that puts me pretty close to the top 5. And so I think, you know, we'll see.
I guess one of the most significant things about your performance is earlier in your career there was a lot of talk about the right positioning in the bunch and how to move about and how not to get bumped out. But this time you avoided practically all the crashes, so obviously your bunch positioning and awareness is a whole lot better than it was before.
Well, I mean, knock on wood, you know, I mean, I think I was really fortunate, and you know, I'd like to just say that I think, you know, riding with guys like Tor and Christian Van de Velde, and to be honest with you, they really know this race. You know, I was really impressed with Christian. You know, I've raced with him for 3 years, and even before this, but I never raced a tour with him. And then seeing him here, you know, he really understands this race really well, and it was impressive following him around a lot. And then Tor as well. I mean, Tor is unbelievable, and so, you know, I think just having an eye on those guys, and you know, maybe I used a lot of energy too in the first 10 days just to make sure I was there, but it was well worth it.
You'll be on the podium later today, Team GC, so that's obviously going to be very big as well.
Yeah, it's super cool, and you know, it was just kind of a joke in the beginning of the race. We said, well, you know, we heard it was going to be this fancy plane we were going to fly up to Paris on, this Boeing 380, or I mean Airbus 380. It wasn't, but I mean, we heard it was going to be this big plane and with this amazing first class, and we just made a joke. We're like, well, I bet you if we win Team GC, we get to ride in the first class on that 27-minute flight or whatever. And so we kind of made that joke, and then as the race progressed, we were kind of like, oh, geez, we're in that position. And so we gave everything we had for that. And, you know, Christian and Ryder, they did a great job with that, and the rest of the team as well. And, you know, Tor and Ryder in that breakaway as well. And we didn't get first class anyway. But
finally, what's your schedule and targets like for the rest of this year?
My next target or on my schedule is Tour Colorado, so that'll be a big goal. It's my home race. I always dreamed of having a big race at home, so I guess it'll be kind of like what these guys like Vogler and stuff feels like here. So.